Everyone watching, the ones who are still in that stage of trying to land their first break, what should they actually focus on? What really matters?
To start with my journey, it was never easy. As an immigrant, as a fresher, as someone who graduated in one of the toughest market, I think the market has been the same since December 2022. It's gonna be 3 years in two months. So all these factors had a lot of impact, and someone who has pivoted from electrical to data, not having computer science background, that was also it also had some impact on my job search as well. I had to apply more than 1300 roles to get my current job, and it was not easy. So, but a lot of people did help me in terms of during my journey.
What's the most common mistake you see people making when they say that they are preparing or learning for data science?
One common mistake is not learning math behind machine learning. So they understand the algorithms, they know how to import libraries from scikit-learn and build a model or hypertunit, but they don't know how the algorithm works, the math behind it, or the loss functions, or when to use which kind of metrics.
What do you think in 2025 is personal branding a necessity? Can someone still grow purely on hard work and skills, or they need to be visible too?
I would say it's all the combination. The market is not that good, as you all know,
Yeah.
and then you need to stand out, be it in terms of while you are applying or during your interview call.
So tell me, what does your weekly routine actually look like? Like between your job, content, and life? How does a week in size world really go?
If I have to make a post tomorrow, I would write the content today and then schedule it for tomorrow morning. But that was not effective, not the best way to post. And I figured out I was burning out, and then I started building systems. So what I do is I sit for a few hours over the weekend. I write all my posts, be it 5, 7, 10, or 12, and I schedule everything for the week. It's not like our
Yeah.
bachelor's where we can prepare overnight and complete the exam or pass it and get a job or something like that. So
Yeah.
interview preparation is a whole different game. One connection can change everything. I come from Guntur, Andhra Pradesh, and then I did my bachelor's in electrical and electronics back in Amrita, Coimbatore. Started doing my master's in data science at University of Connecticut, Stamford. Started my master's in Jan 2022 and graduated in May 2023. From my master's, I started working as a lead data analyst at Blue Cross Blue Shield of South Carolina. And once I got my job, after 3 months, I started creating content. So it's been almost 2 years since I've started creating content.
Welcome, Sai. Welcome to the podcast. Uh, it's my pleasure to have you in my podcast. It's been a long time that we are discussing about it, and finally the moment is here. So jumping straight into the podcast thing. Everyone online knows the Times Square version of Sai, the 200K followers, the features, the milestones. But I want to roll it back a bit before the media, before the reach. Who's the person behind all that?
So to start with, thank you for having me, Chandu. It's a pleasure to be in this podcast. I'll give a short intro of myself. I come from Guntur, Andhra Pradesh, and then I did my bachelor's in electrical and electronics back in Amrita, Coimbatore. Graduated in 2021, and right after my graduation, started doing my master's in data science at University of Connecticut, Stamford. Started my master's in Jan 2022 and graduated in May 2023. From my master's, I started working as a lead data analyst at Blue Cross Blue Shield of South Carolina. And once I got my job, after 3 months, I started creating content. So it's been almost 2 years since I've started creating content. It's been a great journey with a lot of ups and downs.
So, when someone meets you for the first time, maybe at work, maybe at an event, how do you actually introduce yourself?
Usually, I think it depends on the event to event. If it's a networking event, I have a different introduction. If it's me learning something, it's a different introduction. If it's me teaching something, it's a different introduction. So I would say it depends on the venue, the theme of the venue, I would say. But usually, I start with lead data analyst at Blue Cross Blue Shield. If it's into data, I stress more on my experience. If it's a networking event, I stress more on my personal brand.
Yeah, you have a great brand actually. I have been following you for more like 1.5 years.
Thank you, thank you.
Your work is really good. So I like how you present your work on LinkedIn. So I've seen your journey there. I think you were there on 5,000 followers, I think. I was one of them.
Thank you. Long time follower. Thank you.
Yeah. So before that, let's go back to the starting line for a second. You have built a whole career around data, but was that always the plan for you?
I would say no. I did my batch, as I mentioned, I did my bachelor's in electrical and electronic, Triple E back in Amrita, Coimbatore. I've
Mm-hmm.
always wanted to do masters in Triple E as well. But
Mm-hmm.
during my final semester, I had to take something called SQL, something called machine learning, because
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get the electives that I wanted in Triple E.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to take these two electives, and then I really loved SQL and machine learning. I was always good at math from childhood, so I could understand math behind ML algorithms and everything. I could relate to it. Then I started researching on what is SQL, what is machine learning, what are these terms. That's when I got to know there's something called data analytics, there's something called data science. Then I was like, let me do more research. I started watching YouTube videos on what this data field means. So
Mm-hmm.
it sounded interesting. There's a lot of math involved and a lot of critical thinking, problem solving involved. Then I was like, okay, let me do a master's in data science or data analytics or business analytics. That's why I started researching. I took a few free courses on YouTube, Udemy to build my profile for writing the SOPs and getting those LORs. So did few free courses on Udemy, YouTube, wrote my SOPs, applied to around 7 universities in states, got
Mm-hmm.
into 5 of them and chose UConn. That's how it started. So I pivoted from electrical to data.
Yeah, because honestly, I would say that most of us didn't know SQL when even stood when we were in college. So that's what I find interesting about you, that you have grown since your college years and now you are at a position where people wait for this for a long time to achieve that, and you have done in a very small age as well. So, so I would say you are not just a data scientist, you have been an analyst, a mentor, a content creator yourself. You have played in so many spaces. Out of all those, which one feels the most you right now?
In terms of professional career, I would prefer data scientist or data analyst. And
Mm-hmm.
content creator also feels so good because it has given me opportunities that would have never been possible if not for creating content. I think that's one thing that I say everyone. It gives you lots of opportunities. You got to say no to few of them. When you are not creating, it's the other way around. You
Yeah.
have to wait for opportunities come, and this is one of the opportunity to be on your podcast. So you never know which door opens. So content creation has given me a lot of opportunities, and it also given me amazing mentors. I
Mm-hmm.
met people which would have been never possible if not for this. So I have
Yeah.
access to amazing people on WhatsApp or just a call away, which would have been never been possible. So I would say it has given me mentors, the knowledge, and I have to be updated all the time because I have to share content. So that keeps me upskilling. I have to upskill every day or every week. So I keep learning, taking courses or doing projects or reading those articles, blogs, so I can share on to my audience. So it has always kept me updated, got me mentors. So I would say I see myself as data scientist slash content creator.
Mhm. So, like when you wake up every day, which role gets you most excited? Like I see you before this also you posted something on LinkedIn.
It was scheduled post. I think
Yeah.
when I wake up, I see myself as data scientist, but when I come back, I see myself as content creator. As I
Hmm.
tend to reply to comments, DMs, get on networking calls, schedule post for next day or like next week. So I think in the mornings, data person. When I come back, data creator.
Yeah. So, let's have some fun before we move ahead to some serious discussion. People see this confident, analytical version of Sai Bysani on LinkedIn. But what's something that would completely surprise them if they saw the real life Sai?
Good question. I would say watch at least 5 to 7 movies a week.
Oh.
No matter what, be it like Telugu movies or English or any language, as long as the movie is good and it
Hmm.
keeps me busy, I watch a lot of movies. So what I usually do is I have a monitor, so I put a movie on the monitor and then I do my work on the laptop, be it
Yeah, you
LinkedIn.
listen and you do your work.
So I keep myself busy and then I don't get burnt out. So I watch at least 5 to 7 movies. I watched like 2 movies yesterday already. So
Hmm?
probably I'll watch 2 to 3 more today. So that's one thing I would say. And I love to do travel and I love to walk. So I keep traveling to New York, California, or Texas. I love visiting Dallas. Whenever I feel homesick, that's where I'll be in.
Yeah, a lot of Indians here.
Lot of Indian community there. So and I love to walk, so I make sure to walk at least an hour or hour and a half every day. So there's a
Hmm.
river walk right around my house, so
Hmm.
I keep going there apart from winter season.
So yeah, I actually love that side, that human side people rarely get to see. They already always see you as a professional. They don't know how to talk with you, how to interact with you in the personal life. So I just wanted to get an overview of that. So that's what the episode is exactly about. Not just your wins, but your way of how you did it. And the next is the first big step into data and how it shaped everything from offer to getting recognized. Sahil, let's be real for a second. On social media, data science looks cool, looks like a magical stuff, world of dashboards, Python code, and six-figure salaries. But when you actually start chasing your first role, it's a totally different story. People don't know about the long nights, hundreds of applications, and way too many YouTube tutorials, as you mentioned. So for everyone watching, the ones who are still in that stage of trying to land their first break, what should they actually focus on? What really matters?
That's a great question. I think to start with my journey, it was never easy. As an immigrant, as a fresher, as someone who graduated in one of the toughest market, I think the market has been the same since December 2022. It's gonna be 3 years in two months. So all these factors had a lot of impact. And someone who has pivoted from electrical to data, not having computer science background, that was also it also had some impact on my job search as well. I had to apply more than 1,300 roles to get my current job, and it was not easy. So, but a lot of people did help me in terms of during my journey. So, I would say a few things that helped me were my portfolio. So for anyone watching, that's a game changer, especially if you don't have experience or if you're new to the field, data field. So make sure to have a good portfolio which consists of 3 to 5 solid projects. You don't have to have 20 to 50 projects, and please don't keep Titanic, Boston River dataset or Iris dataset in your portfolios. Hiring managers and recruiters have seen them thousands of times in the past decade. So just make sure to learn from those and then build your own projects. That's one thing that I would say. And I had participated in a lot of competitions and hackathons during my masters. I have won few of them. I have lost in most of them, but one thing that few things that I have learned from those are the experience, the knowledge, and the connections that I have built when I went to those in-person competitions and hackathons. I could meet those judges, have those connection rapport with them,
Yeah.
maintain that relationship. And then when I was desperate for job, I reached out to them, and then I got few referrals and then few interviews because I maintained that relationship over the time. And my professors, that's one thing that I would say for anyone who's coming to United States or who's in United States and watching this podcast, have good relationship with your professors. They have amazing knowledge, they have amazing industry experience, and they have also amazing industry connections.
Yeah.
So let them know that you're on lookout for a job. See what they can do. They might be also doing a corporate job apart from their
Hmm.
professor job. So they might refer you, or if they have any connections, if they know that you're a good fit, they'll be more than happy to help you out. So
Yeah.
I would say take your shot everywhere. Let people know that you're look out for a job. If you don't tell them that you're looking for a job, they will never know. And even
Yeah.
if they might be able to help, they will not help because they don't know. So I
Yeah.
would say let the world know that you're on lookout for a job, be it in person or digital media like LinkedIn, or if you're active on Instagram, put up stories. Don't hesitate. So people are gonna mock you either way. So
Yeah.
get mocked and then get the job. So that
Yeah.
changes your life.
Yeah. So yesterday I had a podcast with Sriram Aramelli. So he also said the same thing, that build your rapport with the professors. You never know which door opens when. So it's just a matter of luck. At any point of time, you can get any contact that can help you give a referral or get a job. So that's actually amazing that people are actually saying that because it's working.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got 3 interviews from my professors. One professor referred me at his company. Another
Hmm.
professor referred at her company. Yeah, she also made her husband refer me.
Nice. It's great. It's great. So, but also there is something that I've noticed. A lot of beginners get stuck in endless cycle of learning. everything like Python, R, Power BI, Tableau, Snowflake, all the stuff that are there present in the internet, they start learning all at once. Do you think people waste too much time chasing too many tools instead of just mastering the basics?
I have seen it a lot of times. People watch hundreds of tutorials and hundreds of courses. They don't do projects and then they never feel ready. So I would say if you are looking for data scientist roles, learn Python, statistics, little bit of math, basics of machine learning. And if you want to get into more AI related roles, then learn deep learning or NLP and then start doing projects and then get into job market directly once you have good portfolio, and then once you feel confident that you are ready for interview prep, I would say get into job market. All this should take less than 3 to 5 months is what I would say. So take a good course. Few courses that I would recommend are Krishnaik, is has amazing playlist on YouTube, and Code Basics if you want a paid boot camp. They have amazing boot camp for $250 or
Mm-hmm.
15K in India. So it's an amazing boot camp. They cover. I have the subscription as well for Code Basics. So that's one boot camp that I recommend anyone to take if you are getting started. And once you complete the boot camp, do projects, prepare for interviews, get into the job market. And
Yeah.
you learn, you fail, you get rejected, you get approved during the process, and then work on the feedback as you get into interviews and get rejected. So that's what I would say. Like else, you would be it's a black hole. Once you get in the tutorial hell, it's there's no way coming out, and you would never start, and you would never feel ready.
Yeah.
So improve as you go. Get the feedback, iterate on it. As simple as that.
Yeah, and I also see a lot of comments there. Like even on LinkedIn, people say that I'm learning data science everywhere. But sometimes I think that are they really learning or just they are collecting certificates? What do you think? What's the most common mistake you see people making when they say that they are preparing or learning for data science?
One common mistake is not learning math behind machine learning. So they understand the algorithms, they know how to import libraries from scikit-learn and build a model or hypertunit, but they don't know how the algorithm works, the math behind it, or the loss functions, or when to use which kind of metrics. These are the things that most courses don't focus on. They focus on the beautiful stuff like coding in Python without explaining the math. So
Yeah.
when you're choosing a bootcamp, make sure that you're choosing a good one like Code Basics or Data Camp as amazing bootcamp as well. That's one thing. And another thing that I see is not preparing for interviews. Most people focus on learning amazing stuff and then doing 100 certifications and applying to 1,000 jobs, but they don't focus on interview preparation. When
Yeah.
you focus a lot on these, and let's say you get an interview, now you don't know how to answer, you get
Answer
rejected.
it.
Now you're back to square. So for anyone who's planning to get into data science, I say at least spend 20 to 30% of your time on interview preparation, be it practicing SQL, practicing Python, or practicing case studies, behavioral question, take-home assessment, or theoretical questions, or explaining how your experience, whatever it is, spend 20 to 30% of your time on interview preparation.
Interview.
You never know when you're gonna get a call.
Yeah.
Right after you watch this podcast, a recruiter might call you and say you have an interview tomorrow. It's not like our
Yeah.
bachelors where we can prepare overnight and complete the exam or pass it and get a job or something like that. So
Yeah.
interview preparation is a whole different game.
Hmm.
Learning machine learning is something, but explaining those concepts in layman terms or how interviewer can understand or to impress them, having those frameworks, success frameworks, different frameworks for different kind of questions, it's a whole different game. So I
Yeah.
would say build on portfolio first and build on your interview preparation, and last but not least build your network. Your network is your net worth. You would have heard this hundreds of times,
Yes.
and it's true for sure.
Yeah.
uh, One connection can change everything. So I would say focus on networking when you're building your profile as well. Most people focus on networking when they are in need of job. I have done the same mistake and I still have that regret during my first job search. I started networking when I was desperate for a job, which I should
Yeah.
have done earlier. So I could have leveraged it when I was desperate for a job.
Yeah.
So I always say start networking early. So because you don't need any referrals or you don't need much support from them. It's all you can provide value when you're starting to learning, and then when you're in need of something, you can leverage the network that you have built. So start building your network when you're starting your masters or your data science journey. So when you're in job market, you can leverage the network that you have built over the time.
So yeah, I also completely agree with that. Communication and networking are the new superpowers. Even if you lack some of the technical skills, if you are able to explain it properly, if you are able to communicate it properly to the interviewer, they will be impressed and they will give you the job. So
Exactly.
yeah, and for networking, I think it's the best. If you network with people, you will get to know a lot of things that you are not able to learn it from yourself, and you will get to know the latest trends as well, what's going on actually in the companies. Because basically you do projects that are present online. Even if you watch YouTube tutorials, people just copy paste it and don't do anything extra out of it. You should actually innovate something in there so that you can present it to the interviewer. And I would say that makes sense. That totally makes sense. But before that, now let's flip it. Say you had to start all over again. No network, no fancy projects, no experience, just you and a laptop. What would be your three-step game plan to get job ready first?
As I mentioned, I would start with a good certification or a good boot camp. Assuming I'm in masters, I would still do a boot camp as well because you get there faster. Masters might take you around in year and a half or 2 years depending on the curriculum, but a boot camp will get you there in 3 to 6 months. So I would take a boot camp and learn everything from that, and then start building on projects.
Hmm.
And while I'm building on projects, I'll start building my network simultaneously as well.
Hmm.
And to get some hands-on experience, I would still go for getting unpaid opportunities or voluntary opportunities, reaching out to non-profits
Hmm.
or going to competitions, hackathons, or
Hmm.
in-person events.
Yeah.
And if you go to Luma or meetup.com or simple Google search or use Perplexity, find events happening around your city. So just go there, meet people, learn from their experiences. You can meet startup founders, judges, chief data officers of different companies, or recruiters, or hiring managers, or fellow learners. So you get to build your network when you attend these in-person events. So these are few things that I would do, and I would focus on building my portfolio, working on my interview prep, and during interview prep, I would highly focus on mock interviews as well. So most people do not take mock interviews, and then they straight get into the actual interviews, they get rejected. So I
Yeah.
would say get rejected in the mock interviews, so you can ace your actual interviews.
Yeah.
Spend some money on getting mock interviews from experts.
Hmm.
See it as an investment, but not as an expense. So when you get that mock interview experience, you get to learn from the best because they have been hiring for so long. They know what works, what doesn't work, how to answer, how not to answer, how to
Yeah.
impress, how not to impress, how to screw and how not to screw the interview. So you get to know everything when you get few mock interviews. That shapes you forever. That cuts your interview job search time by at least 40 to 50% because you get the job in lesser time. So these are the few things that I would focus on. Start with a boot camp, portfolio, network, interview preparation, and I would also focus on this is something that I haven't done during my first job search. I was not active on LinkedIn. I mean, I was actively searching for jobs, but I was not posting about anything. So I actually started posting after getting my job, which is one of the regrets I still have, which I
Hmm.
should have started earlier. So I would start with posting my skills, certifications, things that I have learned, or if I attended any event, I would still make a post about it,
Post that.
sharing my learnings or taking a picture with the judge or my fellow teammates or my
Yeah.
competitors or hiring managers or recruiters. Take pictures of the event or you in the event, and then I would start posting. So when you start posting, people will know what you're working on, what your knowledge is. So you will be in their mind. So when they see an opportunity or when they feel that you are a good fit, they'll reach out to you, and then you will get a lot of opportunities in your DMs. And when recruiters use LinkedIn to search for data scientist or data analyst, the chances of you coming in their top list would drastically increase.
Increase. Yeah. That totally makes sense because half the time I also like optimize my LinkedIn, and after that my recruiters reach out increased a lot.
Yes.
And from then till now, it's like up only. Every time people reach out, I say no, that. Yes. So,
Yes.
all right, now that we got the foundation, let's talk about something you have mastered, making data actually look cool. So, You know what I love about your content, Sai? You somehow make SQL and ML two of the most boring words for the half of the internet actually interesting. Like you will post something technical, but it feels like a story and not a lecture. When did that click for you? That storytelling matters just much as the skill. Was it something you picked intentionally or just something that evolved over time?
I would say it happened naturally. So I got my job in June 2023, started posting on LinkedIn in September 2023. So it's been 2 years. And then after posting few months for consistently, and then I learned this skill. I mean, I didn't know I was good at writing, or I didn't know I could write. So it happened on a random Saturday or Sunday. So I was just sitting there, and then after I got the job, a lot of people started texting me asking like, "How did you get the job? How did you prepare for interviews? What helped you the most?" All the questions that we had, and then right now we are on the other side. So I thought, why not post as well?
Yeah.
That's when I started to post, and that's when my writing improved. And in the data science field, it's not about building an amazing beautiful dashboard or high accurate machine learning model. Communication is the key. You
Key.
need to communicate your insights or your technical metrics to your non-technical stakeholders so they can make decision, and then they can make money for the company. So storytelling matters, your communication skills matters, coming up with insights, giving recommendations. So it's not just about telling what's happening in the company with in terms of dollars. It's
Hmm.
also telling them what to do after that. Like, this is what's happening right now, this is what we should do, or this is what we should implement. So storytelling really matters in data science field. It's not enough to write a SQL query and then you're done. Nope. You need to build dashboards, explain that. So I think that's what I've been translating from my work to the LinkedIn as well. I thought to explain difficult concepts in an easier way so everyone could understand. I mean, someone like myself, who if I were to start again, I need to understand if what I'm posting right now. So
Yeah.
that's what I thought, and then that's when I started making carousels or infographics or cheat sheets out of those.
Hmm.
And then from there, there's no looking back. Once I started writing in a way that everyone could understand, save it or share it, LinkedIn has been rewarding with the virality, and then it's been great from April 2024.
Yeah, because I also think that communication is now the secret skill that separates great tech people from the rest of them. You could be amazing with code, but if you can't explain what you did, why it matters, and it's just another script sitting on the repo, right? And
Exactly.
yeah, and I know a lot of people who want to share ideas online, but they overthink it. They are like, bro, what if I sound stupid, or what if someone judges me? So you have been posting for a while now. How can someone who is shy start putting themselves out there without feeling it like they're forcing it?
I can totally relate to it. I have been there, I have felt that. I would say just hit the post button. So it's okay if you make mistakes. I have made mistakes and I learned from it, and then I started making less mistakes.
Yeah,
Even now, I won't say that I'm 100% accurate, but when I started, I might have been 80%. Now I might have been at 95 or 96, but it's never 100% accurate. So it's a journey. You post, you learn the mistakes, and then you try not to make the same mistake again. You
yeah,
can make a new mistake, but try not to make it same mistake again. So just hit the post button. You learned something, make a post about it. You learned a new skill, make a post. You got a new certification, you got a new project, you went to an event, or you want to share your journey. Everyone's journey is unique. Like, my journey is unique from Chandu's journey, or the person who's watching this podcast. Your journey is completely different and unique. So
yeah,
you can post on anything. It might not be 100% accurate, and it will not be 100% accurate for the first time you post, and it's completely fine. And your friends will mock you, your family might not support you, and 100 things can happen. So it's just matter of time, efforts, and the quality content you put out. The script is gonna change. The same people are gonna prize you and reach out and ask like, how did you start? What kind of post did help you? Can you
yeah,
help me out? I want to start posting. Can you refer me at this company? The table turn. It's just matter of time. So do not worry about the things that happen at the first. I mean, that's how it is. Everyone's journey. Everyone, if you see the successful podcasters or the successful content creators, they started small and give it some time, efforts, and then you'll be nowhere. You'll be somewhere in few months or few years.
yeah. So I think that I totally agree with you because people anyways are gonna judge you. Whatever
Yes.
you make, whether you make good content, good anything, any content that you make, people are going. Some of them will praise you, most of them will hate you. Like, why you wrote that? We don't like
Exactly, it's
it.
the byproduct.
Yeah,
So if you are growing, you get hatred as a byproduct.
yeah,
So you gotta live with it, and then if it's something that's true, I take it as a feedback. If it's something that's not true, I ignore it. So
yeah,
don't take it to heart. Give yourself extra stress than you already have. So just ignore the hatred comments or negative things that's not gonna help you grow. So
yeah.
if it's something true, take it as a feedback and work on it. As simple as that.
Yeah. So speaking of that, we all have that one post that randomly blows up. Something you probably typed it in 5 minutes and suddenly it's working. It's everywhere. What's that one post that surprised you, like something small that suddenly exploded?
Yeah, I think when I was at 3K followers or 3.5K followers, I guess, I made a post on sequel that got me like 1,000 followers on one day. So I'm like, okay, is followers a thing? That's when I realized until then I was just posting some random things on data analytics or job search. But this was a random thing because I was starting out. I didn't know what to post or how to post. I made a random post on like resources that help me learn SQL, and then that blew up, and then I got like 1,000 to 1,500 followers in one day. I still remember texting few of my close friends saying I got 1,000 followers in one day. I
Yeah,
texted few people, so that was, I would say, one moment that I still remember. And even recently, since the algorithm is not that great, it's not that favorable. Recently, I made one meme. It went viral around like 400K impressions.
nice.
Few things, it's part of creator journey.
Yeah,
You spend a lot of time, like say 5 hours 7 hours on a good carousel, and then it fails, and you make a random meme, and in 2 minutes you get 200K impressions. So it's part of the journey. So I still feel it still happens to me every now and then. So you got to live with it, and it's completely fine. So
yeah,
few posts might work, few posts might not work. It's the consistency and discipline that keeps you moving, and that matters the most.
yeah. And along with that, I think experimenting is also a thing. So people should experiment as well, because the same stuff you are writing in one way all the time, people get bored of it and like, okay, you are
Not
writing
anymore.
another new post. But I think experimenting also works, and you have done that. Your meme had got 400K impressions. That's great. So, all right, now let's get into what everyone secretly wants to know. How do you actually stay consistent doing all this working full time? All right, Sai. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, LinkedIn. Most people like post once, get 10 likes, and never touch that app again. You, on the other hand, have built a community of 200K people that actually listens to you. That's, I would say that's actually not luck, that's consistency. So tell me, what made you keep showing up when everyone else quietly disappeared after their first flop post?
Yeah, I do not believe in overnight success. Everything takes time, efforts. So in the first few months, it was the same for me, like 5 likes, 10 likes, or 15 likes, or nothing tangible turned out well. But I kept moving because I knew I have been following few creators like Zach Wilson, Aishwarya, Daliana Lu,
Yeah,
Megan Yu, Jess
yeah,
Ramos, Alex the Analyst, or Krish Nayak, or Dhaval Patel sir. Like everyone, they have started small. Have been reading their post. One thing that they all have in common or say in common is it's the game of consistency and discipline. So you have to stay consistent and disciplined and keep doing what you're doing.
yeah,
It's the same with everything that we have been preparing for past 20 years or 30 years. So be it at school, you're not going to learn anything in one day or 2 days. So
yeah.
you have to give it time and then quality time. So I kept moving for 6 to 7 months, and then I reached at around 15 to 20K. That's when I until then I was only trying out text post, but
Mhm.
then I moved on to trying text plus image, text plus carousels. That changed everything. And once you start getting some traction, you get a lot of opportunities.
Yeah,
When I was at 5K, I got invited to podcast from UD.
you
So
did.
funny story, when UD texted me, I thought it was a fake account or it was a prank. I could
Yeah.
not believe UD texted me.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to get into his profile, see that it was
See.
actually UD who texted me,
Mm-hmm.
and then I reached out saying, okay, I'm interested in his podcast. So when you get opportunities like this, it feels surreal, and
Yeah.
then these are the ones that keeps you moving. And another opportunity, it was from Aditya Sharma, who's CEO of High Counselor, a good startup,
Yeah, I
and
know.
he had like 150k followers at that time. I was at 5k or 7k, and then who would expect a connection request from Aditya Sharma and then to be on collaborate with the data analytics project. So I got few opportunities like this when I was starting out, and then when you see the returns, it keeps you moving. Even when you don't see the returns, you gotta keep moving to see the returns in the future. So give it time, and it will be fine. You get messages from recruiters, hiring managers to be on podcast, to collaborate on a project, or to
Yeah.
do a webinar, or to attend a conference, or to attend a in-person meetup, or to host a virtual webinar or a virtual session, Q&A session. Hundreds of opportunities out there which we don't know that exist. Only when you start creating content or build your on your personal brand or visibility, you get to know that okay, these opportunities exist. I mean, I have found a lot of opportunities that I didn't even know that existed before 2 years.
Yeah.
So the game changes when you start posting consistently.
Yeah. Consistency matters a lot in the field of content creation. And speaking of that, everyone loves the formulas like best time to post, 3 second hooks, all that stuff. But I want to know your version. What's a simple formula for a post that actually connects? Like, how do you decide, okay, this is something worth sharing before you hit that post button?
If there's something that I can learn from it, I mean, like my past version can learn from it, I feel it's valuable. So, and as you mentioned, hook matters, it can make or break the post.
Yeah,
But I would say do not do clickbait hooks. As long as the hook is related to the content under it, it should be fine. That's one thing. And timing, I think it do matters, but it can vary from person to person, creator to creator. I had to figure out what my audience were when my audience were active the most. So when I was starting out, I used to post at different times, and I was tracking. I mean, I'm a data person, so I was tracking all the metrics, like at what time am I getting the most reach. And then I found out 9 a.m. ESTs work best for me. So from after 6 months, I had enough data, and then I concluded that okay, my 9 a.m. ESTs works best for me. And from then, every post that I make from last 1.5 year goes live at 9 a.m. EST every day.
oh,
So that's something
nice.
that I have found. And type of formats, I would say test it out. Try out text format, text
Hmm.
plus image, text plus carousel,
Hmm.
memes, and technical post, personal journey post, different types of content, different types of format.
Yeah,
Give it some time, try out everything for few months, and you would know okay, which one's getting you more impressions, which one's getting you more DMs, which
yeah.
one's getting you more recruiter calls,
Hmm.
which one's getting you more followers. Someone might post for followers, someone might post for a job opportunity, someone might post for impressions. So everyone's goal is different. So
Different.
define your goal based on that. See what kind of post, what kind of format is working best for you. 2x on it, 3x on it, 5x on it, 10x on it. So that's how you get more of those opportunities. So and get started. Just hit the post button and then gather the data, analyze it, and replicate on what's working.
Yeah. And this one's actually more important because a lot of people watching are young professionals out there. They still think that personal branding is for influencers, not engineers or analysts. So, what do you think in 2025 is personal branding a necessity? Can someone still grow purely on hard work and skills, or they need to be visible too?
I would say it's all the combination. The market is not that good, as you all know,
Yeah,
and then you need to stand out, be it in terms of while you are applying or during your interview call prep. So in order to stand out or get more interview calls, you need to be visible. You don't have to become a content creator or influencer, but you got to be visible. Just be consistent and post your knowledge. That's all. Like if everything goes well, you might become a content creator or an influencer, but make sure world knows what you know. It doesn't matter if you can build ChatGPT from scratch if no one knows that you can build.
yeah,
So people need to know that you can build. So that's what I say to everyone. So
yeah,
visibility matters, especially in 2025, where uh, AI can apply for jobs, AI can take the interviews, or AI can do whatever you say. So you need to do something apart from what everyone can do. That can be in terms of attending in-person events, or getting into competitions, hackathons, focusing on your personal brand, or doing something out of the box. So
yeah.
that's what will get you more opportunities it cannot it cannot be just personal brand or visibility. It can be something that no one else is doing or very few are doing. So you need to be in the top 1 percentile or top 0.1 percentile to get those job opportunities or interview calls or whatever is the outcome that you're expecting from what you're doing.
Yeah, I love that perspective that I think that you should basically get out of your comfort zone to achieve all of this. Because
Exactly.
people think that it's okay, I am a data analyst, I will not do anything else. Like, but the AI is so fast evolving that you need to like match its pace as well, or you will get left behind and you. So that's the major reason for layoffs. If people don't upgrade, then there is no use. Then
You got
you need to get in that cycle of getting a job, and the visa clock will be ticking. It's like a time bomb on our head. So I love that perspective because you are actually the proof that visibility doesn't only brings vanity. It means that it has opportunities. And that's exactly what we are diving into next, the part that no one talks about, the behind the scene works that makes all this possible. You know, people love the outcomes, the Times Square billboard, the viral post, the blue tick energy, but no one talks about what happens behind the scenes, the messy drafts, the late night edits, and those moments when you stare at your screen thinking that what I'm even posting tomorrow. Everyone sees the highlights. Even if there is an India-Pakistan match, people will skip that and watch the highlights for the main moments. But not the not the hundreds of tiny habits that are behind them. So tell me, what does your weekly routine actually look like? Like between your job, content, and life? How does a week in size world really go?
That's a great question. I think I had the same questions when I was starting out, when I was looking at all the other content creators that I look up to right now. But it feels surreal to be on the other side right now. But it's like just like normal week, but it involves a lot more efforts, is what I would say. So when I was starting out for the first 6 months, I would say if I have to make a post tomorrow, I would write the content today and then schedule it for tomorrow morning. But that was not effective, not the best way to post. And I figured out I was burning out. And then I started building systems. So what I do is I sit for a few hours over the weekend.
Mhm.
I write all my posts, be it 5, 7, 10, or 12, and I schedule everything for the week. On
Nice.
weekdays, I only engage the other creators' post or other posts that come on my feed, be it job
Oh,
opportunities or something that I find valuable. The only thing I do is engage on other posts, reply to the DMs, or hop on networking calls. No writing post unless it's required, or someone else, OpenAI or Anthropic or someone released a new model and
new
it's
model.
going viral, and then I want my audience to know about it. So unless there's a requirement, I don't usually write post on my weekdays. It's all weekends. So weekdays are for just for networking and then replying to DMs. And recently I started my Instagram as well.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I have been that got added to my calendar as well. So I sit for 2 to 3 hours over weekend again. I write the scripts and then I record everything and then I give it to my editor. And that's one thing that I've realized. At first, I used to edit everything myself, be it on Canva, Figma, for LinkedIn as well. Then
Time
I
consuming.
found out that it's not worth my time because I'm not. I figured out that I'm not a creative designer. While I'm a creative person in terms of creating content, but in terms of when it comes to creativity on hands-on creativity with carousels or infographics, I need to let the creative people do the creative work. So that's when I started outsourcing my creative work. I give them the content. They come up with cheat sheets or carousels or infographics. Same with Instagram. I didn't want to learn editing because I don't see myself as editor in future. In 3 years down the line, 5 years down the line, I don't see myself editing. So I had hired an editor. I record for a few hours and then I send it to them. They record everything and then they get back to me. I schedule the post on Instagram.
Mhm.
Same with newsletter. I sit for 2 to 3 hours a week, write a newsletter and schedule it for the week. So I think scheduling my work, outsourcing the work that I don't see myself doing in the long run has really saved a lot of time for me, and that's what keeps me out of burnt out or feeling overwhelmed and coming up with ideas. Yeah, I think there has been times I think where we don't have any ideas. That's when I start repurposing my old content, and it's completely fine because 6 months ago you might be at 5k, now you might be at 8k or 6k. There are 1,000 new people that are following you, 3,000 people new that
They
are
don't know
following
about
you,
your previous.
and then in the 6 months the same tool might have an upgrade, or you might have new resource that came up. So update the post, repurpose the same content, but add more stuff to it, and then post it, and that's completely fine. And even when I'm on vacation, I make sure not to miss. So I was on vacation. I went to New York for a week. I went to California for a week in
Mhm.
August. But I sat down, wrote the content for a week or 2 weeks, and I schedule everything for that. So I can have my fun. I can have fun with my friends, and also the content goes live, and then the impressions keep coming. The brand keeps building. So these are few things that I would say. And as I mentioned, I watch a lot of movies. So these are things that keep me
Going.
from not being burnt out. And so I have the movies on the one screen, and then I do my work here. And even I go to a lot of movies in person as well, to AMC or Regal, and going to a movie in 3 days to Bahubali. I'm traveling like 150 miles for to watch the movie. I
Epic.
rented a car and going 150 miles to watch Bahubali the Epic.
Yeah.
So I just make sure to have some time for myself as well. So having that balance is the key. I mean, even at work, I work for 40 hours a week. So the company is amazing. The work-life balance is great. So 40 hours for my work, and then another 20 to 30 hours for my personal work, like
Yeah.
LinkedIn or Instagram or Substack, and another 20 to 30 hours for household chores and having fun, movies, talking with parents, talking with friends. So I make sure to do everything to keep me out of being that burnt out situation and then starting from scratch or losing my mind.
Yeah, you have got this exact, like, calm clarity, like you know exactly where you are heading, but you are not in a hurry to prove it. And that's actually rare today. In a world where everyone's comparing salaries, titles, followers, how do you keep your mind so steady? How do you
I
stay
think,
focused on
yeah,
that lane?
I believe that all this comes with time. Like right now, you might be earning six figure, or if you want seven figure, it might take time, but it will come.
Yeah.
Given that you're putting in time and efforts, that's what I feel. I believe no, nothing on overnight success. It all depends on our efforts, the kind of work that we put in, and a little bit of luck as well. At least in United States, 99% tech skills or hard skills or soft skills, but you need at least 1% luck is what I believe in. So there might be 100 other factors that you might not have control it.
Mhm.
So if you have control over one factor, I make sure to leverage it. So that's one thing that I tell everyone. If something's out of your control, don't worry about it because you can't do anything about it. But if something is in your control, make sure to give
100.
101%.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. That's one thing that and imposter syndrome, it's common. Sometimes I feel that I don't know things that other people know or other creators are doing, which I'm not able to do. Or being in front of camera, I'm not a camera person. When I see other creators where they're very comfortable with camera, I was like, I need to do it, and then
Yeah, you
I
should
got
take the positives out of it.
exactly, and then take the positive sort of it, and then do it. And then 3 weeks ago, I took a shot. I started my Instagram channel because I was like, I have like 7 pictures in total of mine that I use on LinkedIn, and people have like 700 pictures. So, and I'm not a camera person, as I mentioned. I wanted to get rid of that, so I started making reels. So right now, it's getting better. I wouldn't say I'm the perfect person, but I'm far better than the
You will
person which I
learn
was
as
three
you
weeks
grow.
ago.
You will
Yeah,
learn as you grow.
3 weeks ago I was a whole different person. Now I'm a whole different person with the camera.
Yeah.
3 months from now it's gonna be a whole different person again. three
Yeah.
years from now I might be the pro.
Yeah.
So it takes time, efforts, is what I believe in everything.
Yeah. So because between work, content, pressure, and a lot of expectation, life gets chaotic. What's that one daily routine or ritual that brings you back to balance? For me, it's like long walks and late night playlist. What's yours?
I say long walks, as I mentioned, I walk at least an hour every day. During that 1 hour, I talk with my friends mostly, and I watch Instagram reels as well. So I'm an addict. So I usually watch 1 or 2 hours of Instagram reels, funny reels or something. But that's something that I'm working on to reduce the time so I can focus on something else. I want to start reading books as well, which I'm still looking out on good recommendations. Let me know if you have some recommendations. So I think long walks, listening to songs, or watching Instagram, talking with my friends are few things that keeps me moving every day.
Mhm.
And
Did you,
family, obviously, that's the first thing. I talk
yeah.
with my family every day for 1 hour, with my mom, dad, my sister. So we will on group call every day, and then we make sure to share everything in that 1 hour every day.
You like reading?
I wanna love reading, so I don't read right now,
You
except
can start with Psychology of Money if you have read.
I heard of that book,
Yeah, I have a book. This is like this.
The Psychology of Money.
Yeah,
Okay.
Morgan Housel. This crazy. If you want to get stable in like knowing big people's mindset,
Mindset.
you definitely should read it. I love that book, and it has personally helped me that even Warren Buffett has waited to become a billionaire at the age of 65. It's a simple example, and
It's never too late.
yeah, it's never too late. So, do you think patience is still a superpower when it comes to career growth? Because sometimes slow progress is like still progress, right?
Exactly. I think patience is the number one skill that you need to have. I mean, as I mentioned, nothing is gonna change overnight. You need to have patience. You need to give it time. Only then it happens. You need to see if you're a better version of yourself than yesterday. If
Yeah.
that's yes, that means that you're growing. So do not worry about growing 10x in 1 day or 1 month. It might not happen to everyone. 1 in million people or 1 in 10 million people or few in 10 million might have that ability or that kind of luck or that kind of capability to do. Not everyone might have it. So if you're better than yesterday, you're growing.
Yeah.
But make sure to learn every day or often. Keep yourself updated, keep upskilling, keep connecting with people, keep learning from them, keep sharing your knowledge. Make sure wherever you can share your knowledge. So it's always give and take. It's never just taking. You gotta give to get
Yeah.
value. So
Yeah.
that's one of the mistakes most people make in networking as well. So I would say patience is the number one skill you need to have, be it getting the job or getting those mock interviews or learning machine learning or learning SQL. You need to give time, practice, and then fail, and then you learn. So it's a journey. It's not like a straight path where everyone knows how to get from point A to point B. It
Yeah.
won't be like this. It's gonna be like
Like this.
this,
Yeah.
and then you go there. But when you see point A to point B, if the slope is more than zero, that means you're growing.
Yeah, makes sense. So, you know what, Sai? Most people watching this are international students or young professionals in the US, and I love this part of your story because you have lived it, the college life here, the move, the mindset, the learning curve itself. That first week in America is always like a movie because you come from a country where there is a lot of chaos, all the people around, and you come to a country where you absolutely find no one sometimes. So you land, you look around, and you're like, okay, where's my dream life? Then the next week hits, and reality is like you are doing your laundry, you are doing your assignments, you are doing grocery runs. You have walked that exact road, new country, new rules, new culture. So what would you say to someone who's just landed here and they are nervous, trying to figure it all out?
Yeah, I think that's great question. I still remember my first week. It was chaotic.
Yeah,
We did not have any resources. We did not have the international balance as well. We did not have Wi-Fi, and we did not have groceries. I still remember we were sitting in the basement of our apartment. There was one Indian who was there, and then he had an extra SIM,
yeah,
Mint mobile. He
hmm,
had like 10 GB. He was not using that SIM, and then he gave us that SIM card because none of us have international numbers.
yeah,
It had like 10 GB of data, and then we were four people. We used it for around 4 to 5 days until we got Wi-Fi set up.
yeah,
Or if not for him, we wouldn't have been able to talk with our parents for 4 to 5 days.
yeah,
We were not even able to tell that we could land
yeah,
because we did not know how to connect with like the other Wi-Fi's or how to set up everything. So if not for him, I think our life would have been a lot difficult in the first week. Apart from that, I say learn cooking. That's first thing that I would say. I did not learn. I just learned the basics. But my friends were amazing chefs, so they could cook. I was doing the dishes part for most of my master's life. But learn cooking is one thing I would say. And the life is not gonna be easy in America, but it's gonna be worth it.
yeah,
That's one thing that I can say. So it might take time, but it's gonna be amazing given that you put in time and efforts and network as much as you can. So that's one thing. There's no going back. Start networking from day one. I wish I had done that. I started when I was desperate for a job, as I mentioned. That's one regret I have. I hope you don't have that when you come into job market. And another thing is make good friends, travel around. So it's not just about studying 100 hours a week or 120 hours a week or 200 hours a week, which is not possible. But just make sure to have good balance of your life.
Balance.
Study, write the assignments, do the projects, go to competitions, hackathons, go to shopping malls, go to movies, go for hiking, go for vacations. You know what you like the most. Is it movies, or is it travel, or is it hiking, or is it talk with your friends? So just make sure to have good balance of your life. It's not just about enjoying 24/7. It's not struggling 24
Right.
by 7 or studying 24 by 7. Make sure to have good balance and make sure to get good sleep. Health is important. Back in India or wherever you are from, you might have your family looking up for you
Yeah.
in terms of getting you food on your table or taking you for like, movies, or you have your dad to drive the car or the bike, or you have a person to do everything back in India. At least for me, I had everyone. My parents were there for me 24/7, or we have mates who does the work. But here you'll be alone. You need to do everything on your own. So that's one thing that you need to be aware of. So I would say learn the people skills, hard skills, physical skills, soft skills. So you'll become a whole different person in 1 year once you land in America. So it will teach a lot more than earning dollars.
Yeah, I relate with that personal story of yours when you landed here, because when I went to my apartment, there was nothing in my apartment. Even there were no lights, and I didn't know which direction I need to go. I actually landed in the airport and went straight to the home. I gave the address. This is the address. You take me there, and no one had nothing. So basically, I figured it out by talking to people and then went to college and then took Wi-Fi there and then messaged my parents. That was a crazy
It's
thing.
never easy. Yeah, without the mattress, without the groceries, without the
Nothing. Yeah.
Wi-Fi, electricity. First few days are gonna be chaotic, and then once you start making friends, once you start going out, it's gonna get easier day by
Yeah.
day. And then with time, you love the city or the country, and then the new culture as well. It's completely different. It's gonna be completely different from where you come from,
Yeah.
but it's a whole new different experience. So make American friends, make Chinese friends, make
Yeah.
Nigerian friends, make friends from different
Friends.
cultures,
Yeah.
diversity.
Diversity.
Yeah, not just your community.
Yeah. And let's flip that. There's so much advice floating around online for students. Do this, do that, everything. But if you had to be brutally honest, what's the one thing students should stop doing immediately? Like that one mindset or habit that holds people back as soon as they get here.
As soon as they get here, I think try stop doing everything. I mean, like the tutorial hell, as we were discussing, that's one thing that I would say. So stop doing 100 tutorials or 100 courses. Focus on 2 to 3 quality ones, and then get the projects done. That's one thing that I would say. And then get on mock interviews, get on portfolios, focus on your visibility. And conferences, career fairs, make sure to have good connection with your university. They have university resources, make sure to leverage those. Most people don't leverage university resources in terms of resume review or LinkedIn optimization or a mock interview. Make sure to reach out to your careers organization of your university.
Yeah.
So leverage the universities. You're paying a lot of money, you got to leverage it in every possible way you can. That's one thing that I would say. And the in the first 1 or 2 years, don't go after money. So I understand we come from rupees background and it's dollars here, it can be
Yeah.
expensive, but I would say go after experience. So even if it's an unpaid internship, go for it. That experience matters. I did an unpaid internship and leveraged that to get my full-time job at Blue Cross. If
Yeah.
I hadn't taken that unpaid work, I wouldn't be here on this podcast or on LinkedIn. So take the shot, get the experience, get the knowledge. That's what will get you the money once you graduate. So during your masters, do the part time for 10 to 20 hours, and don't stress about money. Get stressed about learning more, building, meeting people, getting that knowledge, getting those experiences. So work on those, and then you'll be completely fine. And there'll be low moments, but do not take them to heart. It's just part of your journey, part of the life. Just keep moving. Have few people that you can share anything or
Yeah.
anything with, and make sure to make good friends. I mean, you need to know your circle.
Yeah.
So your surroundings matter. That's one of the mistakes that I've seen in most students. You tend to enjoy if your surroundings tend to enjoy a lot,
You will
you
also.
change. you'll also start enjoying or go to pubs or go to movies more often or go out more often. So your surroundings matter. So make sure to find that people who loves to study, who loves to go to movies, or who loves to do everything which
Yeah,
helps in your personal life and professional life.
yeah,
So finding that circle will change a lot. So I think it's the same formula for any big entrepreneur that they say
yeah,
your average of your five people around you. So make sure to find those good five people that will change the course of your master's life or bachelor's or PhD or MBA.
yeah. So, you know what? What's crazy, Sai? You have already done what most people aim for, a solid career, a loyal community, and a strong personal brand as well. But by the way you speak, I know you are not the I'm done now type. You have got that restless curiosity that always asks, okay, what's next? So let's talk about that. What's next for you? Where do you want to take this brand plus career combo in the next few years?
In terms of my professional career, I would like to get into more senior roles in the data science field. That's one thing for the next 3 to 5 years. My content creation life, as I would love to grow it, and maybe 1 year down the line, I might start YouTube as well. I would say I would focus on upskilling in the data science field, connecting with more professionals in the data science field. That for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, I like connecting with people. I usually hop on calls, like I have like 5 to 10 calls every week with people who have been in the industry for so long. I learn from their journeys, success stories, failure stories. I try to replicate them and then take whatever I can do. So that's what I would love to do. So I love to connect with people and then learn from them so I can grow my career as well. That's what's next for me, growing in the data science field and then building a strong personal brand.
So I feel like your story is already inspiring thousands of data aspirants out there. If he can do it, maybe I can too. Would you ever think of turning that into something bigger, like mentoring, workshops, or maybe even building a course for data learners or even a startup?
I haven't thought of it, but I might do something in the future, but nothing concrete yet. But if everything turns out, if there's an opportunity, I'll take it for sure. But nothing at the moment for sure. I'll probably teach everything that as much as I can in terms of carousels, newsletters, or Instagram videos or YouTube videos sooner. But nothing concrete on courses yet. But maybe I hope to do one soon.
Yeah. So like when people talk about Sai Bysani, what do you want them to remember? Like the data scientist or the content creator or the person who helped others rise with them?
I would say combination of all of them, data science content creator, and then who gets helped and then who helps people as well. So I mean, I'm getting helped every day and then I help every day as well. So I would like to be seen as both of them. I mean, yeah, data science content creator sounds good.
Yeah, that's actually powerful actually. And honestly, that's what makes your journey so special. It's not just about the metrics or milestone, it's about momentum and keep going attitude. So now before we wrap up, I want to do something light, quick, honest and fun. We'll end up with rapid fire questions. So time for quick answers. First thing that comes to your mind, one data tool you can't live without.
Sequel.
One post you're most proud of.
Mm, I think it was I made a post with using my family's picture, sharing my
That
journey
went viral, I know.
that went viral. So that's one of my favorite all day favorite.
Your go-to productivity hack?
Productivity hack. I love Gamma. I love this few more tools that I use day to day. I love Gamma. I love Notion. I have been using Replit as well to build apps. That's one thing
Apps.
that I've been loving. And yeah, ChatGPT. I mean, everyone uses it. Same with Claude. I use that as well. And I've been testing out Perplexity lately.
Hmm.
Perplexity Comet browser. I've
Yeah.
been automating stuff and then testing it out, giving few tasks, and then trying out few use cases. It's been an amazing experience.
One thing you would tell your 22-year-old self.
Don't be scared to reach out for help. The worst thing that can happen is you get ignored. The best thing that could happen is it changes your course of life or get you a job. So never hesitate to reach out to a person. Just text and get ignored.
So one quote or belief you live by.
Mm, I think it's from, I have seen it in movies as well. I think success, it's not a destination, it's a journey. I think that nothing's gonna change overnight. It takes time and effort to get there. Just keep doing what you're doing, and within time, you're gonna find a better version of yourself, and it's gonna be game changing for you or your family or your friends.
So, before we wrap up, if someone watching right now feels stuck, what's one simple action they can take today that might change their fortune in the next 6 months?
Take action. So anything that you're learning, put it in code or put it in action. That's what will change you, because you get errors, you learn, you get errors again, you learn, you get stuck, the code might not work or you would be stuck, and then you would use ChatGPT or reach out to a mentor or a friend. So action is far more important than just watching anything or not doing anything. So take action in anything that you do, be it going out or be it learning something. So action is what moves the needle.
So, yeah, that's it. Sai, this conversation was actually pure clarity, man, because I also got to learn a lot of stuff about you and what you are doing in actual life. You have proved something that this generation is lacking. You need to be technical, creative, everything at once. You should be the go-to person for everything. And what I love is that you didn't chase trends, you built a foundation. And that's exactly what most people need to see more of, clarity over chaos. So, to everyone watching, remember this line: your degree gives you a start, but your consistency builds your story. So, stop waiting for the perfect opportunity. Start small, that thought in your mind, build that project, because one step today can turn into a Times Square moment tomorrow. This is Chandu's
Exactly.
world, where real stories meet real ambition, and today it truly felt like it's Sai's world as well. Thanks for being here, brother.
Thank you, thank you. And on that note, I would like to mention it's just not about what you know, but who you know and who knows you matter a lot.
Yeah,
So just work on your visibility and then stay consistent and disciplined. All
yeah,
the best, everyone.
yeah.